So, Fat Man.
So, Canadian Sleazy.
I love it. It's so good. So, we needed to film content, so I guess we're going to talk about something neither one of us fucking watch.
Wish there was a Mark on the show.
Oh my God, anybody that watched the product. I read the product.
Yeah.
Like, does that count?
I don't know how to read, so.
Okay, so we're if you haven't figured out, we're going to talk about the G1 Climax as a whole, from the start of the tournament to the end, on the wrestling show. Canadian Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
Welcome to another wonderfully planned, carefully, methodically put together episode of the wrestling show. Fuck that. The Fat Horsemen ride again, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. New shirt, Fat Horsemen, WrestlingShow.com. Hell yeah.
So, like, since it's us and, like, everything just goes out the window and we like more free breezy it, how the fuck is Chip not on the show where we're going to talk about the entire G1?
Apparently he's starting a new job tomorrow, and he wants
fucking real life jobbing out.
Yeah, I guess he's a fucking mark anyway. And then Sleazy had some personal things come up, so if the production seems a little bit off, that's because I'm doing it. So we'll try to be okay with it, I guess.
I didn't want to risk the Canadian internet with the video, so I just shut it off right away.
Yeah, we don't want the dial up to go through. And I'm a day and a half away from going on vacation, and I'm sick. So this is absolutely great. So we're gonna power through this here. Hey Ryan, did you watch the product? Oh wait, here's another thing we gotta add too, is that there's a bunch of Asians and Sleazy's not on the show.
I know, right? So in terms of everything, G1's Climax from the beginning to the end was 19 nights of wrestling. Starting, Fatman, you got the stats?
It started on July 15th and ended technically America time this morning.
Yes, so August 30th. It was still August 13th there or something.
Yes, August 13th.
Tournament statistics. Did you get that?
I got the blocks, the how many people got different points in the block.
I got here bouts fought 119.
Oh yeah, because there's 32 people. It's the biggest G1. It's the biggest climax ever.
Get that shit in.
Yep.
Funny thing, so like that's a lot of wrestling to go back to. That's a lot of wrestling, a product to watch. And I get it. I watch a lot of wrestling as it is. Specifically speaking, I only watched and went out of my way to watch Finlay versus Eddie Kingston to see who was going to go on. I was at work at the time, had my phone propped up in the little corner, my headphone on, just watching in the background, just hoping for that Eddie Kingston victory.
And
spoiler.
Eddie Kingston had a 2-star match because he's the king of the 2-star match.
Okay, so how are we gonna do this?
Okay, let's go Block A, which featured. Hold on.
So I have all the matches in front of me in a quick little look ski.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. You can go ahead. Go ahead, do that.
Block A matches on the first night was Chase Owens. He beat Gay Kid. I'm going to butcher a lot of names here. Unamo and Renatra actually went to a draw. Kayomiko and Tushki.
That works.
Yeah, Kayomiko won. And then the last two people in the Block A, it was Sonata and Hakulo, who ended up being the two people, funny enough, that go on from the block throughout the nights of the fighting everybody. Sonata ended up winning his block with a clean sweep. Never lost in round robin. First time it's ever been done, correct?
No, I think it's happened a couple of ones before. I'm not sure. I don't know my history on G1. But yeah, I know.
But Sonata, the IWGP heavyweight champion, going into the G1, very rarely does the champion win the G1. And I don't think the champion has won the G1 since they've been giving out the briefcase.
I thought. Why did I think a champion won it one year? But maybe. You might be right on that.
Champions have won it because if you go to the statistics of the G1 and looking up the info, it'll tell you like 3 or 4 champions have ever done it. No champion has done it since they introduced the briefcase.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's okay.
That itself, you want to talk about a shitty record. Have you ever looked at the record of just since 2012 of the briefcases of the people that win the G1?
No.
It's abysmal. Oh, I got to bring it up. It's absolutely shit. Shit, dude. Like, here we are. Oh, no, it's fucking ridiculous. It's so good. Since 2012, the Tokyo Dome IWGP Heavyweight Championship Challenge Right Certificate. We start with Okada lost to Tanahashi.
Ryan froze.
Lost to Okada.
Huh.
Omega lost to Okada. Naito lost to Okada. Tanahashi defeated Kenny Omega. That was 2018 now.
Yeah.
2019. Ibushi lost to Okada. Ibushi in 2020 lost the certificate to Jay White. Jay White lost to Ibushi. 2021, Okada defeated Takaki. So, 2 successful.
So what you're saying is
They're
not facing Okada, so they have a chance.
Holy fuck.
Block B on the night 1 was Yoshihashi defeated El Phantasmo. Tonga Loa defeated Kenta. Okada defeated Great Okan. And Taichi defeated Will Ospreay.
7 matches in a round robin, I might point out. And Will Ospreay still ended up in the top 2 in his block after losing the first match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Won 5 of his last 6 matches. His only loss coming to, or 4 of his last 6. No, 5 of his last 6 is the other 10. His other loss was to Loa.
Yeah, Tonga Loa. Yep.
Because he handed Okada his only loss in round robin.
Tonga Loa did?
No, Ospreay.
Ospreay did. That's right.
Yeah, just talking about the points of Okada had 12, Ospreay had 10. El Phantasmo getting 6 is kind of okay. And I'm shocked Kenta only got 6.
I'm not. Fuck him.
7 matches. You're definitely losing to Okada and Ospreay. You tell me Kenta couldn't put up 8, 10?
No.
No, fuck him.
Screw him.
Screw him.
He's Asian. Screw him.
That's the entire card, dude. I don't know how like, every card. You're Asian. Screw him.
Yeah. So in block A, Sonata had 14, Hikuleo had 8, Tochi had 7, Ren Naruda had 6. Gonna butcher this guy's name. Kayamori had 6.
Kind of better when I tried.
Shota Umino had 6. Gabe Kidd had 5, and Chase Owens had 4. You went through block B.
I went through block B as if I stopped at Phantasmo, but Taichi, Loa, and Kenta and Great Okan all had 6 points, and Yoshihatsu ended with 4.
Block C, Dave Finley had 10, Evil had 10, Tamatonga had 9. King of the 2-star match, Eddie Kingston had 8. Shingo Takagi had 7. Mikey Nichols had 4. Hennerer had 4. And Tomohiro Ishii had 4.
A while ago, I remember I was really paying attention to every night of going, ooh, this happened, which is pretty, I thought it was fun to do. I'm just looking for where the last night was before the air was.
Well, Block
for
D.
C.
All
Yeah,
right.
because when I was watching, paying attention to it, because that was the David Finlay, Eddie Kingston night, or morning, I should say. Evil going as far as he did shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah, I thought they were going to probably Kingston was the feel good, or Shingo Takagi. Yeah, Evil was out of left field.
I find it funny people saying about Naito, this is his kind of goodbye, last run kind of deal. And when you're going into like the Elite 8, and I hadn't heard nothing about that before the G1 had started.
Right. Okay. Let me run down Block D. Naito at 10, Zack Sabre Jr. at 10, Jeff Cobb at 9, Alex Coughlin at 6, Tanahashi at 6, Goto at 6, Shane Haste at 5, and Toru Yano had 4. So
Jeff Cobb, Shane Haste ended in a double count out, and that's what caused Jeff Cobb not to go. Had he won his match, he would have had 10 and had the tiebreaker with the boys, and he would have went forward.
Mm-hmm. So in the quarterfinals, this was weird. I thought they would have the A winner versus the second in D. You know, that's where I thought they were going to go. But it's A1, which was Sonata, versus C2, which was Evil. And Evil pinned the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Keep that in mind when we talk about Evil's second round match.
Yes. Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. Okada won.
Clear shock.
Dave Finlay versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay won. And then this is what I don't understand about G1. Is that for you're built like last year? Was it last year? Jeff Cobb was just an unstoppable monster. 2 years ago, whatever it was, unstoppable monster. All this momentum going to G1 loses. Dave Finlay, build him up. All this momentum going to G1 loses. Like I don't understand. And then they just kind of fall off a cliff after that. And then the last quarterfinal was Naito versus Hikuleo, with Naito winning. So your final 4 was Evil versus Okada. Shocker, who won that one? Okada. And then you had Will Ospreay versus Naito, with Naito beating Ospreay.
Absolutely blew my mind.
I did not think that was going to happen.
And no discredit to Naito, former fucking champion. Like,
yeah. Ospreay just had all the
G1.
momentum. Yeah. And then it was Okada. And then, of course, you know, the Okada versus Naito, the two staples of New Japan, along with Tanahashi. Of course, they're in the final. And I don't think Okada was going to win. This would have been his third one in a row, technically.
It would have been a three-peat had he won.
Yeah, with Naito winning, so Naito gets the briefcase. And I mean, it kind of does make sense, Naito versus Sonata, because they were both in LIJ. So I guess it makes sense, but
the connection is there.
Yes, there's a built-in story there. Absolutely.
And that's not if they don't like Japanese themselves with fucking swapping the title, because they've done that before.
Yes, they have. Well,
and
Jay White beat
Ibushi
won G1, and then Jay White beat Ibushi, and then Ibushi won the title. But I think that was like the night before, yeah. So, but yeah, it was just they have done it before, yes.
2021 Wrestle Kingdom, yeah, because that was the night 2. Night 1, Ibushi beat Naito for the double belts.
Yeah. And then Jay White cashed in the briefcase.
The next night, I couldn't beat Ibushi.
No. I mean, I heard there was some. I heard the Ospreay Naito match was absolutely awesome. I might go back and check that out.
Naito got a concussion. Yeah,
I heard. Face. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It's Naito, so. But yeah, so Naito wins and moves on to G1 moves on to Wrestle Kingdom January 4th.
Yeah, as of we're speaking, he has it. It's his. I don't know if you have this in news and rumors yet, but I know it's coming from this. Fucking Ospreay, IWGP United Kingdom Championship.
I didn't have it in news and rumors, but we can talk about it here.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen the belt, no.
It is the exact same belt, except the American flag is the British flag or
the Union Jack.
The red, blue, white.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same. Like I said, it's the U.S. belt, but like how good it was when Lance Storm changed it to the Canadian Heavyweight Championship in WCW, it's just as good as Ospreay calling himself the UK champion.
Okay.
Right? Like the belt looks great.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, it's no, I read about it and I'm like, it's interesting. I don't hate it. So I mean, right now, we can, if we want to prolong the show, we can talk about All In.
I get out of my head because I was just going to pull it up. Just going to pull it fucking up.
And, to prolong it a little bit, I know there's only 5 matches announced. One of them's on the pre-show, and I sent something in the chat about that, about how you have MJF and Adam Cole challenging for the ROH tag team titles on the pre-show when they're in the main event of that show. And I don't know how you feel about it. I think, of course, you're going to love when I say it's dumb.
I think you automatically go to it's dumb, but I think it's brilliant because what an easy way to write in an injury to one of the two of them leading into the main event. A tweaked knee, you know what I mean? A hurt.
Well, if the quote rumors are true, Cole's turning heel. So either he turns on MJF or MJF quote tweaks his knee and gives him an instant out in the main event when Cole wins. But I just think
I don't think Cole wins, but I think Cole's turning heel. I don't think Cole wins.
Okay. I think that is a mistake to turn MJF. But, he's getting cheered either way. It doesn't matter, I guess. So, I just think he's a better heel than face, but people are cheering him anyway, so.
Listen, he's a scumbag, but he's ready to be our scumbag.
So, yeah. But I just think seeing him twice on that big show kind of kills it.
Well, you're not seeing him twice. That might sell that pay-per-view for people.
It might. You're absolutely right. But I'm not quite... I don't know. Maybe the live... How about this? It may kill the live crowd reaction for the main event. But it'll also depend on what happens in the match.
It may. It also might.
If they just go out there and lose the Aussie Open and nothing happens, then you gotta have to question why that was
something's
there.
happening.
But if something happens, then yeah, absolutely. I guess I will reserve my judgment to see what happens.
Yeah, you can't call something dumb before you even see it.
Right. I mean, I can. I
should.
have, and I will.
Again, yeah.
But yeah. There's a 4-way women's match
that is not fully determined yet.
It's Toni Storm, Hikaru Shida, Paige, and
the winner of Dr. Britt Baker and Bunny.
It's Britt Baker. You know it's gonna be Britt Baker.
Yeah, suspend disbelief.
You know it's gonna be Britt Baker.
There's no way the Bunny's winning the AEW. What was it I saw online? I thought it was really funny. This was 100% designed for Paige.
Yeah,
to win.
I was just gonna ask you, do you think she's winning the belt there?
Where else would you put it to her?
Right. And then there's the tag team coffin match. Is Darby Allin and Sting versus who the hell are they facing?
Swerve Strickland and
AR
Fox.
Floppy ankles.
With Prince Nana. Dude, Prince Nana has a major pay-per-view as a manager. Oh, give me more of that.
I love Prince Nana. I love the Mogul Embassy. I think they're freaking awesome. And I think AR Fox turning heel was absolutely fantastic. So, what else is there? I looked up the card earlier.
FTR and Young Bucks 3.
That will be amazing.
I will reserve my judgment on that being amazing on who wins that fucking match.
And then you got MJF versus Adam Cole. We already talked about that. There's only 4 matches announced for the main show, and we're 2 weeks away. So,
and they got a pay-per-view a week later.
A week later. So,
with as far as I know, absolutely nothing announced.
Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. That's the only match announced for All Out.
That'll put asses in the seats.
Yeah, my ass will be on the toilet. Technically, it is a seat.
I am not buying both those pay-per-views. I might buy one. I am not buying both. Let's call a spade and be honest about it.
No, I know the 27th. I actually may not even be on the show. I watched the show, but I may send you guys my star ratings, and my notes, but I may not be there. I got a fantasy football thing I'm doing that's going to be in person that night.
Make sure you draft 7 CFL kickers.
Listen here, you can't listen. You can never have enough kickers.
Listen, I know, right?
And the funny thing is, I just restarted watching the league.
I love it.
And my team name is going to be the Vinegar Strokes.
I really, really wanted it to be like the Pete Top Kevin Bottoms.
It might be since it's going to be on the sports podcast. I may go
Fair Boners.
No, Fear Boners.
Fear Boners. If anybody listening has never watched the league, it is fucking amazing. There's a bunch
Piece of tiny erect dick. How about
so good.
Chip Top Josh Bottom?
Oh wow.
Or something like that. Yeah. But it's
Vinegar
Strokes.
They knew Sleazy. Fat Man Top, Sleazy Bottom.
Like, the thing is, last year I wanted to be Password as Taco, but they wouldn't let me do that.
Why?
Because they said they couldn't use the word password in your team name.
So why didn't you just change one of the letters
to like a $sign?
Yeah, the S's would be fuck.
Yeah, but That's okay. Okay, back to wrestling. Next week, Sleazy and I will be doing. I'll be on Facebook Live because we will be a Multiverse United 2 in Philadelphia.
That Sleazy wasn't going.
No, Sleazy's going. Michelle's not going.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Let's bring that up for the masses.
I already have it. 7 matches announced. 3-way dance for the strong openweight championship. Some Asian defense against Deonna Purrazzo and Giselle Shaw.
Strong women's championship.
That's what I said. Did I say that?
No, he said strong openweight championship. I was like,
Same
Eddie
thing.
Kingston?
Same letter, same guy, same freaky guy. That match could be good. It is a 3-way, so Sleazy's not going to like it, but
Giselle Shaw's in it, and Gil, that's Sleazy to like it.
okay, that's true. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
There's a lot on this card too, man.
Yeah, there is. Bullet Club, Ace Austin, Alex Coughlin, Chris Bay, Clark Connors, Dave Finley, and Kenta versus El Phantasmo, Josh Alexander. I just came. PCO, the Guerrillas of Destiny, and the DKC.
The Guerrillas of Destiny are now considered a stable and not a tag team anymore. Did you know that?
I do now.
Yeah, I searched up the other day because I was very, very curious. I was looking up something about them. And where's it to? When they left the Bullet Club, they became a stable because they added Jado and Hakulo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it fucking Josh Alexander. I'm all for it. Even if it's the tag team match, he's got to ease his way back in. I'm all for it. Bushi, Sabin, El Desperado, Kevin Knight, Kazarian, Mayo, and Rick Schwann in a scramble match.
Oh, you want a fuckery match, do you? There's your fuckery match.
That match is going to be flips and shit. Orton may come out of nowhere and just fucking throw a cruiserweight.
This is going to be great, though. You cannot argue that's not going to be an awesome flippy-dippy match.
No, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. Doka versus Sami Callihan.
They're going to kick the shit out of each other.
Yep. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Again, I do.
TMDK versus Eddie Edwards and Moose.
iPhone.
Thank you. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Takahashi and Mike Boss B. Bailey versus
Love it.
Sleazy's favorite wrestler, Leo Rush and Trey Miguel.
Man, I love Leo Rush. I really do. He's a really good wrestler. He's really good on the mic. He just seems annoying because he's so tiny.
No, he's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Well, fair.
And then, go ahead.
But if everybody didn't like somebody who's an asshole, nobody'd have friends because everybody's a fucking asshole.
I am an asshole. You're right.
I
have no friends. You're absolutely right. And then Impact World Championship, Alex Shelley versus Tanahashi.
Is he just on his farewell tour? Let's see how many titles I can challenge for before I retire.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because there's no way Alex Shelley's losing the belt. Fuck.
Yeah, there's no way Jay Briscoe's winning the ROH World title.
Holy shit!
He ain't winning.
New Japan got their All-Star Junior Festival USA tournament too. That'll take place on the 19th. That's why most of these bars are in town.
It's in Philadelphia, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, we had the 4-way tournament is Kevin Knight versus Clark Connors. On the other side is Francisco Akira versus Mike Ball Speed Bailey. The rest of the card, actually, I like these people, so that excites me. Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne, the East West Express versus El Dorado and Mayo. Takahashi and Rocky Romero versus Blake Christian versus Master Wato versus Doku and Low Rider in a triple threat tag team ladder match for the Philly Cheesesteak Cup.
You're making that up.
I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, so that's the Philly Cheesesteak Cup. I kind of want to see that, and it's a ladder match. The 2 tournament matches There is Matt Sydal and Yo versus Bushi and Shun Skywalker in a tag team match. And Rich Swann, Ryu Taguchi, and the DKC versus Jack Cartwheel, Enzo Amore, and Starboy Charlie in a 6-man trios.
Fuck Enzo.
Either way, like that card itself is like.
It's a good card. It is a good card. But fuck Enzo Amore.
The event is being produced by Takahashi.
Is it?
That's what it says here.
Takahashi?
Yeah, the event is being produced by New Japan Pro Wrestlers Hiromu Takahashi and will feature junior heavyweight wrestlers from different Japanese and international promotions.
Huh. Interesting. Well, we just covered 3-4 shows in about
half an hour.
Half an hour.
Because we're efficient and we're still fucking funny when we do it.
Of course we are. I mean, I'm funny looking and
I just got it. I got a face for podcasting.
You look like an R. So,
I mean, that is just the size of it.
Yeah, so.
I'm honestly going to look quickly now just to click and see what else is coming up in the coming days because fuck everybody that hates on Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia for that shit.
I know there's isn't there like an Impact show like early September or is it the end of September?
Yeah. NWA got a couple shows.
Yeah, they got their 75th anniversary.
We got Heat Wave.
Yeah, NXT Heat Wave.
It's a special episode of NXT, but it's Heat Wave.
Oh, okay.
Fighter Fest is taping 3 episodes for Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision on the 23rd. NWA shows the NWA 75th anniversary show. Night 1 is the 26th. Night 2 goes the NWA show. Impact has a show that night, and All In is in the afternoon.
Impact has a show on the 27th?
Yes, Emergence.
Emergence is the 27th. Oh.
Why?
I thought it was the 20. Oh, I thought that. Oh.
Yeah, the card announced for Emergence. Sonata versus TBA. Trinity defends the Knockouts title against Deonna Purrazzo. Time Machine and Josh Alexander will face Bully Ray, Brian Myers, Leo Rush, and Moose.
iPhone.
Thank you. MK Ultra, Killer Kelly, and Masha Slamovich will defend the Women's Knockouts Tag Team Championships in a 4-way dance. The Shantaraz, Giselle Shawn, Siobhan Evans, the Death Dolls, Courtney Ross and Jessica, and the Coven, Taylor Wilde and Killian King. And the only other match announced right now is the Rascals won the Impact Tag Team Titles #1 Contenders Tournament. Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. They fight Subculture for the tag belts.
That match is going to be killer.
That card is fucking stacked.
It is.
Same day as All In. And the second night of the 75th anniversary show because we ran over the rest of them. Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Night 1, there's night 1, night 2, and there's a bunch of matches announced, but they haven't been set for a night. So night 1 currently announced is Daisy Hill and Talos versus the Fixers, which is Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Lutsky in the NWA United States Tag Team Championship Showdown Final. The winner gets a tag title match the next night against the Country Gentlemen of AZ Kazana and Anthony Andrews. Camille defends her NWA Women's World title against Natalia Markovic. La Rebellion, Mecha Wolf, and Beastia 666 defend the NWA World Tag Team Championships against Blunt Force Trauma, which is Carnage and Damage, with Damian Sandow as their manager.
Huh.
Allison Kay versus CJ versus Heather Monroe versus MJ Jenkins versus Ruthie J versus Samantha Starr versus Sierra versus Taylor Rising versus The Woad versus participants TBA, the Burke Invitational Gauntlet for the NWA Women's World Championship match, which will happen the next night between the winners. Night 2 also has announced that the Rebellion or Blunt Force Trauma will defend the tag team titles, whoever wins, against Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch, because they are the ones that won the Crockett Cup.
Okay.
Tyrus defends the NWA World Championship against EC3 in a bull rope match. If Tyrus loses, he retires.
He is like, 64?
Other matches announced, but they haven't been picked on a night yet, by the looks of it here. Jax Dane versus Tim Storm in an ODQ match. That should be good.
Tim Storm still wrestling?
Yes, sir. The Brothers of Fun Destruction with Violent J versus to be announced.
Are you kidding me?
Homicide versus Joe Alonzo. Matt Cardona is scheduled for a match. N95 versus Pretty Empowered for the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championships. Kenzie Page defends the Women's TV title. Tom Latimer defends the World TV title. J.R. Kratos versus Poseidon versus Thrillbilly Silas Manson. Three-way dance for the vacant National Heavyweight Championship. Kerry Morton versus Colby Corino for the World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And a jack match of Jordan Clearwater and Zion.
That Corino Morton match could be really good.
Yeah. Ridiculous weekend of NWA, AEW, and Impact. It's the weekend after a Payback and All Out. And then Impact has Victory Road a week after that. And then WWE is the same day as Victory Road. There's a Superstar Spectacle from India. And then Grand Slam. Like, fuck, man.
There's a lot.
Holy fuck. I saw it. We can talk about this before we go to our break and talk about news and rumors. I saw it on Reddit, and it was true as fuck. The first Reddit quote for this is, "We are in a boom period again, and nobody wants to admit it."
I'll admit it.
Like,
we are in a boom period, yeah.
The amount of wrestling we got, the amount of good wrestling we got, the amount of people, like, how they watch wrestling now is different, so it's hard to just look at ratings anymore.
Yep.
Right? But, like, we are in a super boom period.
Well, when television, this is just for WWE, but when television ratings are down across the board, but WWE's ratings are up year over year, they're doing something right. And I know Eric Bischoff on his podcast is like, oh, AEW's number one of their night on cable. Who cares? No, it is a big deal. Like, you can't say that it's not a big deal. They're number one. I know people are cutting the cord more, but they're number one. They have the number one highest show on Wednesday nights on cable. That is something to brag about. Like, WWE is the number one right now because football's not on. Is the number one. Well, they could say it. The number one show. Well, no, that's right. Monday Night Football's on ESPN now. But WWE can say they're the number one show on Monday nights on cable. It's the same thing as saying AEW is the number one show on Wednesday nights. So It is a big deal. It is a big deal. Impact's ratings are up. NXT's ratings are up by like 25% year over year.
Collision's drawing good.
I
know a Saturday night show, call a spade a spade.
No, that's 100% true. I know their ratings took a hit because SummerSlam was on, and they're probably going to take a hit with college football's on. And that one time during the fall when WWE's on Saturdays and college football's also on, they're probably not going to draw good ratings. But here's the thing. It is what it is. This actually kind of segues perfectly into a news and rumor thing. Full Gear is set for Saturday, November 18th. That's a Kia Forum in LA. Now, people are like, what's going to happen with Collision? I don't know why I sounded Southern there, but maybe have Collision as your pre-show before the pay-per-view. Have it from 7 to 8 on 1 hour Collision on TNT from 7 to 8. Just like Sunday Night Heat was on the USA Network.
They're going to do a 5-hour pay-per-view anyways. Just do a 2-hour Collision as your lead into a 3-hour pay-per-view. You can do most of your nonsense on the 2-hour Collision.
If they keep it to 3 hours, hopefully they do. They won't, but hopefully they do. That's how that works. I know that they're not going to do pay-per-views on Sundays during the NFL season because, Tony Khan's dad owns the Jaguars, and they don't want to compete with themselves. Even though the Jaguars are probably mostly playing during the day and the pay-per-views at night, so that makes no sense. But whatever. So there's that. Sonya Deville tore her ACL.
The curse. Are we going to talk about it? Is it a curse? Like when you,
it's gotta be now, right? Like just like when you won the Intercontinental title in the mid 2010s, like you always got hurt. Like it's just
the Universal Championship when it first came.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Owens had a long run with it, so
Owens had it for like 6 months, but then it went like Goldberg and Hurt, and then Lesnar, and then Reigns,
yeah.
and then Cancer, and like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I got you.
where's it to now? Just to bring it up here now.
Um,
Yeah, injured, vacated, fucked up back here, fucked up back here. Oh, fuck's sakes.
so did you see what CM Punk did after Collision?
I read about it. I didn't actually watch it yet. If it's still online, you got to take it with a grain of salt because companies like WWE, companies like AEW can get shit pulled offline off YouTube and shit like that. So if that is something that's detrimental that they don't want out there, they're going to get it off the air. You
Right,
know what I
no,
mean?
but yeah, this apparently happened when Collision was off the air. He pretty much did a shoot on Adam Page, pretty much saying the reason like they call Adam Page Hangman is because all his action figures are still hanging on the shelf. He's a peg warmer.
Huh.
I'm like, only because one person in the sign said this was Hangman Country. Like
A video surfaced of CM Punk calling somebody a homo. And if nothing happens from that with all this cancel culture bullshit, who gives a fuck what he says about Hangman?
right. I'm just. It's interesting because of all the fucking he has beef with the elite. No, he doesn't. Yes, he like. Is he feeding? Is Punk just feeding into it to be a dick, or
Every bit.
or is it just really heat, or is it just Punk being an asshole?
Because people seem to forget about that. That Punk is still an asshole.
Yes, he is. I think I said last week Moose signed a new contract.
iPhone signed a new contract.
Thank you. With Impact. Apparently, it's the longest contract in Impact history.
Saw that too. Moose wants to be a name, stay there. Thank you. And he is like, to me now, he's an Impact wrestler. Like I know he was a Ring of Honor wrestler, and like that's where he first came for me. And remember when he was busting in through Impact was when Cody Rhodes was there, right? Because he had that angle that way. So it's funny to think of it when he first went over and how his character's evolved since. He's one of the best. Like he's so good at what he does.
He is. He absolutely is. Nick Aldis, I guess, is working for WWE as a producer.
I'd say he's got a great mind for it. He knows that his body's kind of
getting to the end.
Yeah, so he's trying to get while the getting's good, I'll call it. Bet you Mickey goes in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, she'll go in there.
She was going in there anyways. Let's be real. Let's not take away from her accomplishments.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, she's going in the Hall of Fame.
Apparently.
Oh no, hold on, no, because you got to look at it. He's looking at Adam Pearce, former NWA World Champion, getting more TV time than he ever got as a wrestler, and he's like, I could do this shit.
Right. Apparently, Sami Zayn is dealing with a bursa sac injury to his elbow. It's like a size of like a golf ball. And apparently Owens is also banged up too, which is why I haven't really seen him working.
Isn't that growth fucking thing on his elbow?
Yeah. Cena had it when he wrestled Danielson at SummerSlam.
Looks like the egg, yeah.
Yep. Apparently Nia Jax could be coming back to WWE just in time to kill Kairi Sane, who's expected to come back in November or at the Royal Rumble in January.
As long as she comes back with a little more training.
Who, Nia Jax?
Yeah, not Kyrie.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Yeah, hey Kyrie, you better get some fucking training.
This is what happened. She heard Kyrie was coming back to WWE, so now Nia Jax wanted to come back to finish the job.
Finish the job. That's fucking amazing.
Is what it was. Last bit of news or rumors. Apparently, Bray Wyatt has been dealing with, quote, a life-threatening illness.
So fuck all you guys that were dickheads online about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, so no word on what the illness was, but apparently he's getting
life-threatening.
Yeah, it's life-threatening. And he's getting closer to being cleared to compete. Paper toss.
Woo!
Chip, put yourself. Well, fuck him.
Fuck Chip. Deep, put yourself. Fuck Deep.
Him. Yep.
Sleazy,
Ryan.
put yourself. Now, fuck you. Yeah, you put Sleazy over. That's your call. Because I'm going to do the Ryan Canadian Sleazy, and it's Ryan Buckatch on Twitter, and it's on Reddit. I don't remember how the show closes on Sleazy's side, so the rest of this is you.
It is me. He did
plug our shit, dickhead. You know what? Get it right, or
there we go. There. I'll just do that. Post it out or say, there you go. Like just videos you can find at twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, youtube.com/SleazyFatman, premium videos, OnlyFans. You can find all sorts of content at RussShow.com, including articles, merch, and other cool stuff. You can find this podcast Saturday morning at 8 a.m. wherever you get your podcast, and you can listen to us live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. on the Twitch, the X, the Facebooks, and the YouTubes. Okay, come on.
So a big fuck you to all the rest of the boys for not being here on our glorious Let's Talk About 15 shows in an hour. Tell you we can't be fucking efficient.
Right.
I guess for the multitude of fan and for Canadian Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This has been the Wrestling Show. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, we haven't said that. Fuck Tony Khan is alleged coke habit, not alleged coke habit. Hot dog's not a sandwich, a sub is not a sandwich, a burger is a sandwich, and Sleazy and I will do a live Facebook post probably in the afternoonish next Sunday as we preview Multiverse United 2. Will be live in Philadelphia for that. So, peace.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game, the bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain.